Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Rio Valley. Last time, we have performed a variety of stealth operations, culminating in us infiltrating Dr. Fink's bedroom? He only has one room. I don't know how he lived in this place for months. This is inhumane. This is something you would torture people with. But in any case, we are investigating Fink's room, so let's see what he has. Starting with his horrible shoes. Dr. Fink's shoes lie neatly beside the couch, placed with deliberate care. Let's start by examining and then go on to weird shit. Seasoned brogues still cling to their shine. Though not a cobbler, the doctor clearly knows how to treat his shoes right. As well as his feet, apparently. A closer inspection reveals orthodontic pain relief acupressure insoles, subtly hinting at a life of careful steps. Everyone's got their own way of easing the pressure. Yes, even the good doctor isn't immune to a little well-placed cushioning, physically or otherwise. Try walking in his shoes. Hopefully you mean metaphorically. No need to stick your foot where it doesn't belong. I never actually bothered to see things from someone else's perspective. Well, that explains a lot. Tie the shoelaces together, just for fun. Yet another achievement for tying things shoelaces together, and it gave me a Darth Vader helmet. Yet another pointless loop, spiraling with no punchline in sight. Although coming up with a prank at this point might actually be a sign of progress. Let the shoes rest. What else do we have? We have a clock. The clock is a relic of an idealistic bygone era. Its metal frame painted a faded green. Once a color that screamed futuristic, now just a tired mockery of ambition long past. Despite the years, it carries a subtle, well-preserved luster, as if it had been maintained with the kind of care reserved for the cherished possessions. The red-lit numerals glow with a sharp clarity, casting an ominous glow. Examine the clock. Its metal frame feels heftier than expected, but after a few moments of fiddling, you spot an engraved etching into the bottom. To Gideon Fink, congratulations on taking yet another leap of faith. Wishing you success, growth, and just the right amount of chaos. GCU faculty members. Another leap of faith. When was the first? The doctor doesn't strike you as the leaping type. You, on the other hand, built for the drop. Ledge, stool, take your pick. Change the time. Tired as you are of the time, messing with the clock won't actually push it forward. Set it to 420. Ha 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 ha. Cheeky. Turn off the clock. Besides the buttons for setting the time, you can't find the obvious on-off switch, but a quick yank on the batteries might do the trick. Pull out the batteries. If only all of the life's problems were this easy to unplug. Just leave the clock be. Okay, we're not doing much investigating here, I am afraid to say. The metronome... Alright, fine, let's go for his desk. Room. Fink's table is sparse, almost surgical in its tiredness. A laptop, a lamp, and a half-empty glass of water. Standard fare. But then there is the folder. The front of it has a Coral Destiny logo. It's been sitting there all this time, unnoticed, unacknowledged. That's the same type of folder as in Frank's room. Dread slowly coils around your stomach. Another report? You hope not. Open the folder and check its contents. Inside, a collection of handwritten pages bound with a plastic spiral, giving the whole thing the look of a manuscript. Bullet points scatter across many pages. Rough still in the scaffolding stage. Some sections are struck through, others lined with the margin notes. Corrections, reconsiderations. The front page is a battlefield of rejected titles, each one violently crossed out. There is only one left standing. Title goes here. Why did the title cross the road? To escape the draft. To avoid being shelved. To prove it wasn't just a subtitle. Hilarious. You know what? It doesn't matter. The only way to know what this is, or to try to figure out, is to read it. Focus on important bits and memorize them. No notes, no evidence left behind, just the weight of words pressing into your memory. It reads like a book, a fractured, unfinished book, divided into 3 sections, some fully fleshed out, others skeletal, mere descriptions waiting to be filled in. From what you can piece together, the parts are an introduction, the Coral Destiny years, and everything that came after. The dates and the margins mark its timeline. A year's worth of work, maybe more. Skim through the introduction. It's mostly about things like before New Valley, before Coral Destiny. A collection of bullet points, fragments, placeholders for a story yet to be written, and there is a lot. PhD, a slew of published papers, some solo, some in collaboration. A private practice, co-founded with his wife, also a colleague. A successful career in mental health. Fink is married. Not everyone is hell-bent on dying alone and miserable like you. Yeah, you say that, but Fink lives in a shitty room in a motel. I don't think his relationship is going that well. Well, better than any of mine. He also mentions that when he and his wife decided to divorce, he left her entire practice and took a job at Coral Destiny. Fink is divorced. That explains, at least partially, why he's living in a motel room. Just a small part, though. That's all there is in this section. Let's see what else is here. Read the Coral Destiny years. This is where Fink details his time at Coral Destiny, his role, his work, the minds he was tasked with understanding and supporting. He writes about working with astronauts and future colonists, preparing them mentally for the vast unknown, the crushing isolation of space, the brutal indifference of another planet. One case stands out. A particular astronaut who exhibited slight agoraphobia. An affliction that is not just inconvenient, but outright lethal beyond Earth's atmosphere. He doesn't name her. Instead, he gives a pseudonym. Rena Juth. A woman with a critical role, one of immense responsibility. Maybe it's Riley. Possibly, but it's unclear at this point. Fink writes about his process, how he assessed the severity of Rena's condition, determined whether she was fit for the mission, his final judgment. It wouldn't be an issue. She could go. Interesting. Why focus on this case? And then, at the end of this section, a confession. Subdued but heavy. He was deeply affected when he heard that the astronaut he signed off on for a mission died in an accident in space. That's why. You say he wasn't writing about Riley. I wonder who this Serena Jude is. Flat Earth is obviously haunting. This section is over. One more, and that's it. Examine the section about post-Coral Destiny. This part is the shortest, the messiest, handwritten notes scrolled in margins, entire paragraphs crossed out. Fink writes about life after Coral Destiny, what little of it there was. He describes an encounter that, according to him, happened by pure chance. A meeting with a man, the husband of the astronaut. A widower, devastated, holding on to the past with a white-knuckle grip. Fink felt obliged to help. Not compelled, not driven. Obliged. He refers to the man under a pseudonym. Under Frost. That sounds really close to Frank's name. Still, you can't be certain. He writes about Ender's refusal to accept reality and move on. Fink chose not to confront him directly, not to antagonize him. Instead, he focused on stabilizing him, getting him back on his feet, back to some semblance of normal life. And it seemed to work, at least for some time. And then, the last session, the husband arrived with a story. Not a breakthrough, not a realization, a story. His wife was alive. That's a twist. One no one saw coming, least of all Fink. Fink expressed his concern, of course. He wrote about how fragile the situation was, how the work they had done together was beginning to unravel at an alarming speed. And then, the husband vanished, stopped answering calls and avoided Fink entirely. This is unsettling. Who failed here? The therapist or the patient? Who bears the weight of the unraveling? That's pretty much it. The manuscript is in its raw, unpolished form, a mess of half-finished thoughts and incomplete truths, clearly still in its early stages. As you close the manuscript, something slips free. A pale envelope dislodged from between the pages. Must have been tucked inside, only to shift loose as you turn the pages. Take the envelope. It feels light in your hand. Inspect. Plain white, unremarkable. On the back, written in neat handwriting, are the words. For Judy. Oh, come on now. It's too obvious. Rena Juice's actual name is Judy. The man has to do a better job of hiding his secret. From people going through his personal belongings after breaking into his private accommodation. Open the envelope. Inside, there is a letter on a single page, written by hand. The date is 8/3/2026. Read it.
Dear Judy, in your absence, this letter is the only way I can speak to you. The irony of now finding myself writing one of these letters isn't lost upon me. A reminder of how life circles back in ways we never expect.
So, the good Dr. Fink is using his own remedies. That's encouraging.
How do you say goodbye to someone who trusted you with their deepest thoughts, fears, and dreams? How do you find closure when life ends so suddenly, so unfairly? It's funny in a way, and sad. No school teaches you something like this, something truly worth knowing. When I heard about the accident, I was hit with a wave of emotions I wasn't prepared for. Shock, sadness, anger. All your courage, resilience, and determination to face life's challenges, gone in an instant. But above all, there was a sense of loss. The thought that we would never meet again, never exchange another word.
Conversation might be the last. The terrifying part isn't the goodbye. It's not knowing when it happens. A conversation left hanging in time, never to be
I
finished.
can't stop thinking about the last time we spoke. The look on your face when I approved you for the mission, it was radiant. You had worked so hard for that dream, and I felt proud to be part of it, even if all I did was sign a piece of paper. That signature, though, has since become a source of doubt for me.
Doubting himself. This is new.
Let me be clear. Not for 1 second did I think you were responsible for what happened. No, this is just me dealing with the guilt. Wondering if there was more I could have done or said. Would it change anything? Save the expedition? Save you? Of course, I don't have the answers, and I never will. But the questions linger.
This doesn't sound like the Dr. Fink I met. Of course not. He and Judy worked on her issues. You badly let him in.
Still, I believe in second chances. Or third. Or however many it takes. I met Frank at the motel and saw how devastated he was. So, I offered my help.
Okay, established that the other guy was in fact Frank.
Some of my colleagues might call it a conflict of interest. But deep down, I knew it was the right thing to do. We honor the dead by fighting for the living. I wanted to honor your memory by helping Frank find his footing again. If you're wondering how his therapy is going, it's been rocky. He's a tough one. In that way, he reminds me of you. Progress is slow, but it's there. He loves you. Utterly. Fiercely. But you must have known that.
Is it love, or is he just incapable of moving on? Why choose? Love's whole thing is holding on, refusing to let go, even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts.
And, strangely, helping him is helping me too. I plan to go back to therapy, this time to help the ones who need it the most. And Write a book, too. We're both putting one foot in front of the other. Baby steps, as they say.
The next paragraph begins with, I hope, but the words are crossed out, as if mid-sentence he changed his mind.
I want to believe that you found your place among the stars. You always said that even though we're not built for space exploration, we belong there. Someone has to fill all that vacuum, Dr. Fink, you said. Well, now you're there, where you belong.
He is, isn't she?
I'll look up at the sky tonight and raise a glass to you. To whatever comes next. Yours, Gideon Fink.
The sound jolts you back to the present. You lift your head from the letter, only to meet Dr. Fink's gaze. It's then that you realize. The sound you've been hearing is the toilet flushing. Dr. Fink's belt is unbuckled, and his shirt is untucked.
So, you were the one making all that noise earlier. I thought I was hearing things.
The anger on his face is unmistakable. His bushy eyebrows draw close to his eyes, tightening into a harsh line. Then his eyes land on the letter in your hand.
That letter, it's private. You have no right to be holding it. Put it down now, and get out of here.
He stands there, angry and frustrated, his belt unbuckled, his shoes missing, revealing a pair of ridiculous socks. Behind him, the sound of running water from the toilet fills the room. Eugene Harrow meet Gideon Fink. You know what? We are awkward. Let's hug him. Overwhelmed. The feeling is everywhere, inside you and all around. And it made us slightly impulsive and slightly sensitive. Even Fink surrendered to our hug. That's incredible.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yes, and I have a question. If someone has an overwhelming... Okay, so we are not asking him about anything at all that we just found out, I see. If someone has an overwhelming need to control everything, what could be done? What could be behind it? He raises a bushy eyebrow.
I'm sorry. Whom exactly are we talking about here?
You know, just an acquaintance of mine.
And this acquaintance is important. Why?
Answer me first, and I'll return the favor. Fair enough?
Fair enough. There could be many reasons why someone develops an intense need to control others and their surroundings. More often than not, it stems from an experience of helplessness or deep uncertainty, usually rooted in childhood. Those experiences might have been triggered by traumatic events or events perceived as traumatic, without anyone there to provide comfort or safety.
Thanks for the reminder of just how familiar I am with helplessness.
I'm sorry to hear that. It must have been rough, especially with uncertainty mixed in. They tend to feed off each other, don't they? Those experiences can lead a person to develop an intense need to control their environment, trying to ensure that they never have to feel helpless or uncertain again. As a child, they cling to routines, to what's familiar and predictable. Later in life, that need can grow into micromanaging, or worse, outright intrusion into the lives of those around them. With time, and often through therapy, such a person can learn to strike a balance between their need for control and the unpredictable nature of the world around them. I hope that satisfied your curiosity. Now be so kind as to satisfy mine. Why did you ask me that?
Well, I ran into someone like that recently, and I just wanted to understand her better.
I understand that. If needed, we'll revisit this topic next time then.
Of course. Wink.
Of course.
His bushy eyebrows lift, betraying mild confusion. He glances at the clock, as always.
Corrected. That's it for today. You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. Right, so first of all, let's look at our web. We have Judy the astronaut. An astronaut named Judy died on an accident during the Guiding Light mission. Gideon Fink. Yep. We have gotten into his room. Reading Dr. Fink's letter to Judy dissolves the enigma. He is fragile, fallible, and unmistakably human. Strangely, the third brings a warm smile to your face. Wrapped up. What else do we have here? Okay. The rest is as usual, I think. I think for this loop and this loop alone, let's save. I want to try getting tipsy on whiskey and then going on a joyride in the sports car. And see if this does anything. Let's also talk to her first.
Sure.
Okay, we cannot question her about anything. So let's go for a ride. We go to Kuiper Belt. Because I am wondering if driving while drunk in a sports car would let us crash the car. And maybe that provides some interesting thoughts for Eugene or something. Yep, we are now soaked. Also, while we are here, I will go and put Frank's phone to charge. Actually, no. I would rather keep Frank's phone with me. We'll come here another time. Drive north. Okay, anything special if we are tipsy? No, nothing. Oh well, worth a try. I mean, maybe not worth a try, but you know, it's something.
Still with me, Mr.
Hello, Doc. I do not actually have questions. Bye-bye.
Give me my
Oh,
coffee,
shit, I did
shark.
not mean to leave his office. But fine. I guess that's it.
Sure.
I wanted to get the book, as always. In that case, I guess for this loop, let's focus on Anita.
Physical antenna, yes.
Let's start
On
talking
the
to you.
roof. What? Oh, hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
Do we leave Frank's phone with her? No, probably not.
All right then. So, number 6. Wow. All right.
Okay, we got our card. We yoink the leaflets and the pen. And I guess we can also pick up the master keycard just in case. I wonder if we can visit Jason's room with the keycard when he is not here.
Let's see.
Hand over the keycard, please. Okay, unlock the door and enter. We wanted a coat hanger for breaking and entering, I think. Oh yeah, also let's check our suitcase for the charger. Unzipping the suitcase, your eyes dart over the few packed items. You really hadn't planned on staying here long. Now that's an amusing thought. The open zipper grins back. Turn it over, You know what, no. Dig out the charger without making a mess. You plug it in the socket above the bedside cabinet. I mean the phone's charging port with the cable connector. Eugene, what the fuck are you on about with this option? Insert it carefully. Wrong side. Oh, come on. Aren't these things universal? Flip it and try again. Wrong again. Flip it and try again. You've done it. 3rd time's the charm. And now we wait. Well, what the fuck was everything else about? If we can just leave Frank's phone in our room? Huh. Okay. Alright then. Yeah, Sure, why not? Let's go down to the gas station and burgle a car. Drive south. Here we are. Here we are. Now, there's the car. Anita's car. Probably worth more than anything you ever owned. Try to open the car with a wire and test if your article is utter BS. And where exactly is your tool of choice? Humble wire. Lucky you, the repairman working from this garage thrives in an environment of chaos and garbage. Wires and parts are scattered everywhere. Pick the best wire. Took you a while, but you found the best. Straight as a ruler, long as your arm. Now to an insertion point. Somewhere between the window and the rubber. Push it to the right. Almost without effort, the wire glides in. It seems the luxury is only skin deep with its car. Now what? You have to find the locking mechanism. Slide the wire deeper. And there is a click. Seems like the wire found its way into the locking mechanism. You're either a natural car thief or just dumb lucky. This wasn't as difficult as your article portrayed. See what happens when you let depression color everything you do? But this is all for naught if you don't manage to unlock the mechanism. I guess... Push it left and right? In a moment or two, you feel your palms on fire and hear clunking sounds from inside the door. Push it right and left. You're not sure if the sounds coming from the door are good or bad. Thrust it up and down. If you're being fair to yourself, you're not sure if this is even doing anything. And then, much to your surprise, the window opens with a pop. So you were not full of shit while you were writing this article. Or you just found a good reference to copy. Try to open the door. It's locked. Really no surprises there. Well, no, it's not locked because we have already picked the lock. That's a bug. Nobody would leave this fancy beast all alone and unlocked. Okay, enter the car. You finally enter the car, and the scent of wealth overwhelms you. Leather seats, wooden dashboards, LED light strips around the cabin, darkened windows. And then there's me, eating stale rice noodles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It just means you're in the wrong business. If you wanted money, you should have hustled more and worked less. Okay. Let's start by checking the sun visor above the steering wheel. A driving license falls into your lap as you unfold the sun visor. Take a close look. The license looks decades old. The plastic tinged with a yellowish hue spread to every edge. Anita, on the other hand, was young and striking. Her beauty is dimmed by a tired pallor even youth cannot mask, laced with a lingering fragility, an echo of a past she fought hard to leave behind. No one ever looks their best in official documents. The lighting, the angle, the background, everything was against her. Life choices had nothing to do with it. A birth date catches your eye, June 4th, 1977. Check under the seats. People lose all kinds of things there. you find only a handful of sticks of protein-infused chewing gum and another handful of nothing. Check the car's multimedia device. There is a bunch of options. Music, navigation, emails. I wonder what she's listening to. The last thing Anita listened to was the album Midnight Shift by a band called Pettigold. Check the navigation system. Seems Anita was heading to 164 Cherry Hills RD in Bochum. Never got there though, since this midlife crisis on wheels died on her. Run a quick search on that address. There is a business associated with that location, Sloan Solutions Limited. It looks like one of those financial advisory firms that seem to be popping up everywhere lately. Almost like they're multiplying overnight. Hopefully the same can be said for their clients' funds. Well, from the looks of this chariot, they advise you well. And it still doesn't work, so let's stop beating the dead horse. Check the glove compartment. We cannot check your emails? A dusting cloth, driving gloves, 3 unopened packs of cigarettes of the long variety, a power bank, and a fancy leather notebook. Who actually keeps gloves in the glove compartment? But that's the whole point. Take the notebook. Now this is something worth checking out. Check the storage bins in front of the backseat. There is a half-drunk bottle of Coral Destiny Martian Dew in the right one, and in the left, a book titled How to Be the Best You. Flip through the book. Your eyes skim across dozens of pieces of generic advice, from drinking a cup of water first thing in the morning, to cleaning your room, to arranging a wholesome routine for yourself before bedtime. You've written dozens of such articles. Some of them a veritable diarrhea of words. This book looks like an especially potent anthology. We won't read these things. Actually no, the cup of water is valid advice. Keep on looking. I've seen enough. Well, that was less impactful than I would have expected. A luxurious leather-bound notebook with a built-in ink pen holder. Seems barely used. Don't people have phones? Why would anybody use a physical notebook? Some just prefer the feel of paper, especially those who aren't cursed with your chicken scratch handwriting. What's on page 1? It just says Anita Lopez, month of August 2027. Flip through the notebook. You breeze through the used pages in a single breath. All you find are a few meetings scheduled for this month, filled with names that mean nothing to you. And then the very last entry for today. A meeting at high noon with one Aaron Sloan, along with a phone number, presumably his. See what else is there. Blank pages of high-quality stock. Dozens of them. That is, until you flip to the end, where a neatly folded sheet of paper is stuck in the crease. Examine. As you spread the paper, you notice a filigree SS logo watermark adorning the upper right corner. Yeah, maybe don't use that abbreviation. Colorful chaos of overlapping pie charts, tangled flowcharts, and cluttered bar graphs. It's a dizzying data maze designed to confuse rather than to clarify. Upon closer inspection, you realize it's the annual financial report for Kuiperbild. While you're no expert, the mention of insufficient revenue suggests that the bar is facing a substantial loss. Maybe that's why Anita wanted to meet that Sloan fellow. And then her car broke down. With her business falling apart, and you snooping around her dirty laundry, no wonder she's in such a great mood. Okay. Okay, we got everything out of this. Let's try calling Sloan. The line rings and rings and rings. Endlessly, like it's never going to stop. And just as you're about to hit end call, a deep, exaggeratedly masculine voice, clearly trying too hard, answers. Hello. Thank you for calling Sloan Solutions. How can we assist you on this fine day? Pretend you're someone else. Oh, anyone there? Is there something we can help you with? Quick, to whom would he willingly give information? Mr. Nightingale, Miss Anita Lopez's personal assistant. Actually, no. Yeah, we should go with partner. We'll pretend we are the barman. This is, Anita Lopez's partner. Oh, Mr. Glassman. My apologies. I didn't quite match the voice to, well, you. I get that a lot. I can imagine. Since she missed our appointment, could you kindly inform Miss Lopez that the documents are still awaiting her signature? Documents? Yes. I'm sure you're aware that the motel is officially in default due to Mr. Fleming's missed mortgage payments over the last 2 years. As the rightful owner, Miss Lopez reached an agreement with the New Horizon Bank to have the foreclosure, along with the taxes, handled through the acquisition, which cannot proceed without her signature. Oh, those! The documents for the motel. The motel's documents. The poison for Cusco. Wait a minute. Who is it? I'll inform her ASAP. Thank you. Well, that's an interesting development. Now, why would Anita want to meet this Sloan shark in person if she already agreed to let the motel go under? The ex herself? Or is she actually trying to save it? Okay. Hello, I keep forgetting his name. The Choose guy.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking?
Yeah.
My name is
Hello,
Percy
Percy Rugger.
Rugger. But of course, Mr. Harrow,
Um,
I'm here to answer any questions you might have. At your service, as they say.
what can you tell me about Dr. Fink? Ah, interesting question, Mr. Harrow. First though, I need to know your relationship to this person. You know, so we can avoid any conflict of interest. I thought you already knew every detail of my case.
Mr. Harrow, the agency has insight into publicly available documents only, and the name of your therapist is not included in them, for your own protection.
Ah, so you know he's my therapist. And also, again, you're mismatching the recent text.
But when we take over your case and sign the necessary contracts, we will be able to request access to all court documents. Until then, please provide me with the name of your therapist so we can start building a case. Today. Now.
Until then, please tell me how you're connected to this Dr. King you mentioned. He's my therapist. Very well. You said Dr. King. What's his name? Gideon. Last name Fink. F-I-N-C-K. Across the crackling phone lines struggling to hold a connection, you hear the frantic clicks and clacks of furious
He
type.
is not in our database. Meaning none of our clients have been assigned to this Dr. Fink.
Okay. Nor have we cooperated with him in any capacity. That makes everything so much easier. Are you thinking of filing a complaint against him or his practice? With valid grounds that could greatly strengthen your case. What counts as valid grounds? Oh, it can be a lot of things. The list is too long for a phone call, believe me. Still, if you're raising concerns, something must feel. That being said, do you suspect he's unfit for the task? Wasting your time, leaving you stuck wherever that may be. I'm not sure, honestly, with only just started therapy. I understand. The way it was described to me, it's a process. It takes time to see results, or not. From what I'm hearing, you have enough on your plate. Please, let our paralegal services help you, and we'll handle the heavy lifting, including dealing with this Dr. Link. How can you help me if you can't remember his name? I am terribly sorry. I got carried away with a third of my company helping you deal with this individual. So, can you tell me anything about him or not? Mr. Harrell, since you're so straightforward, I'll be just as direct. I don't actually know anything about Dr. Fink. That being said, let me do some research on him, and I will be able to give you more information next time we speak. You're under no obligation to hire us. Consider this a gift of goodwill, an assurance that someone is working on your behalf. This conversation hasn't been very helpful. I agree, Mr. Harrow. Unfortunately. As soon as this conversation is over, I will start digging. And when I find something, not if, when, I will give you a call. That mysterious doctor practically reeks of litigation. We'll uncover the truth behind Dr. Pink in no time. The catching of money is back in his tone. Just give up on correcting him. Actually, it is Fink. Right, my bad. Excitement and all that. Until such time, Mr. Harrell, choose. Yeah, okay. So, we wrapped up searching Anita's car. Just use the wire. In any case, you found everything you could find in Anita's car. And we got quite a bit of willpower back. Well, we can't. Well, no, we cannot call Ben because this is too early for Ben. Ben comes online at 8:30. So let's go talk to Max.
Hey, Max. What's up?
Hey, Riley.
Okay.
See my brother around by any chance?
Yeah, he's right here in his...
As she turns 2 points toward the garage, her eyes widen and she stops mid-sentence. What the?
He disappeared.
Left without saying anything, huh? Typical Frank.
Nah, there's only one road out of here. He couldn't have driven off without me seeing him. Hold on, I'm calling.
She reaches for her phone.
I already tried calling him, Max. No use.
He nods at her, but proceeds with the phone.
Mm-hmm. Off network. Damn.
Yeah. Pity. I was hoping to catch him at the motel before I head out.
Oh, where he headed, by the way? Vacation?
Nothing like that. I quit at Coral Destiny.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I just need a change.
Ugh. Thought you'd never leave.
I didn't think I would either, but here we are. Anyway, I'd rather not talk about it. I just wanted to say goodbye to Frank before I leave. You know, we've been at odds lately, but I hoped...
Sentence trails off, leaving the third unfinished.
I know.
He's not at the motel, he's not here, so probably drove to Bothwood?
Yeah, that sound like him, but still, I swear I've been standing right here looking at the only road the whole time. And I didn't see or hear him leave. No sound, no dust, no nothing. I went outside about an hour ago, maybe half an hour, talked to him. He was fixing Anita's car and his blue pickup was still parked there.
Well, couldn't he have driven it the other way?
Into the mine pit? I would have heard that for sure.
She looks toward the pit. Besides, the fence is intact. Weird for sure. But it's... weird for sure. But it's Frank. There's always some sort of twist. They both hold silent for a moment. Keep listening.
Hey, I know. Let's check the security camera footage. We'll see when and how he managed to disappear.
Oh, great idea. Let me see. Need admin access to rewind. Just a second, need to log in.
She starts typing on the keyboard and mumbling to herself, probably trying to remember her password. I think I added some access numbers to the end. She mutters to herself.
Oh, shit. Rain. And I'm on a bike.
Sucks. You in a hurry?
Not really, but I wanted to stop by the cemetery before I continue on.
Tough luck. Till the rain stops, it'll probably be night by then.
Yeah,
Imagine.
not the best time to visit the cemetery. Just my luck.
Perhaps there is another location we haven't
Anyways,
visited
I'm
yet.
logged in now. Want to come behind the counter? Oh wait, I'll just angle the screen so you can see it.
No need. I can see everything fine from here.
Alright, let's rewind.
There he is. Stop. It says 7:55 p.m. That's only...
That's only half an hour ago. The careless driver and his blue pickup appear on the screen.
Let's fast forward a bit.
Alright, let's see.
She fast forwards the video for no longer than a couple of moments. The careless driver, as well as his pickup, disappear from the
Wait,
video.
what? He just vanished.
What? How?
I don't know.
There's no way. You must have misclicked or something.
I didn't. Look, it says 8 p.m. right there.
Go back a little. Maybe we missed something.
Okay, let's go back.
He presses a button. 7:59, and here he is again.
Played at half speed.
Alright.
He plays the same part at half speed.
Unbelievable. 8 p.m. on a dot and...
Continue listening.
My brother's nuts. I can't believe he hacked the security camera.
Why would he do that?
I don't know, but I bet he wasn't really even there before 8.
So you think I imagined it? I know what I saw.
No, I'm just saying, Frank didn't just vanish into thin air. There's gotta be a rational explanation.
Well, I don't have one, but I know what I saw with my own eyes.
Maybe the footage skipped into another date or something. Let's rewind a bit more just to be sure.
Well, it's say 8th of August 2027 right there in the corner, but let's try.
He starts rewinding the footage.
7:41, the nightmare right there as I remember it. I stepped out for some air, asked Frank how he's doing.
The clock on the screen keeps ticking backward. Around 7:25, Jason Burns briefly appears in frame, walking out of the gas station. In reverse.
Wait, who's that?
Just a rando customer dropped by to ask something. No idea who he is.
She is stumbling over her own words. Is she hiding something?
Oh, alright. You look kind of familiar, but I must have mistaken him for someone.
Is Max having an affair with Jason?
Well, anyway, I don't get it. Frank couldn't have just sunk into the ground.
I'm telling you, something strange is going on here. You know, my dad has been disappearing from our house lately.
What, Walter too?
Well, not like this. He just somehow escapes the house while I'm at work.
That's insane. Doesn't it freak you out?
Well, he usually comes back on his own, but he never tells me where he's been. And I'm bloody worried something might happen. He's 86 after all.
Oh, well, of course you're worried. That's crazy.
I think I've heard this part already. We can call Ben. Now that you know Mattel will be sold, you might approach him in some official capacity. I'll introduce myself as Anita's lawyer. A bold choice. Let's hope he doesn't ask for details you don't know. The phone rings once, twice, and then again. Each pause between the rings chips away at your hope that anyone will pick up. But then, finally, the call connects.
Hello?
His voice drifts through the line, hazy and unfocused. Mr. Fleming, I'm Malcolm Skrybowitsky, from Skrybowitz and Skrybowitzy, your ex-wife's lawyer.
What? Who? Wait, are you a new lawyer, or did we already meet? I kind of forgot. Sorry, I think my ears are on a delay. You said you're from Scribbly Scribs and Sons?
I've been informed that your motel will be repossessed by the bank. Silence falls, weighted and uncomfortable, punctuated only by the sound of him clearing his throat. Stalling, maybe, or just trying to find the right words.
Where's this coming from? I mean, yeah, it's possible. Actually, let's call it probable. Very probable.
Following my client's wishes, I'm here to retrieve her remaining items from the property.
Her items? You mean this stuff in the box is what she left
Behind.
It's in the lost and found room. Should be a yellow box with blue markings. Hold on a second. Did you say final wish? What happened to her?
I didn't say final wish. You made it up. Thank you so much for the information. Have a nice day. A polite way to leave things, though you can shake the feeling he might call back with more questions. Probably not. Can we talk to Max?
Brothers, right?
Okay, we are not talking to Max right now. I think we will leave further talking to Max until a loop where we have the book with us. Yep, here is Maxine K. I think we will go back to the motel and see if we can get into Jason's room with our master key, and otherwise see if we can get Anita's things picked out. We are driving north. Not the most optimal use of time, but it is what it is. There's lighting. And everything reboots. Hello again.
How can I help you?
We cannot ask her anything. So, box. Look for a yellow box with blue markings. There's a whole mess of things here. It's gonna take a while to sift through them all, even though you know exactly what you're looking for. After a bit of rummaging, you spot the box mentioned. But inside there are 3 smaller ones, a cylindrical one, a green one, and a plastic one. Let's go top to bottom. Look into the green box. Inside the box, you come across a stack of old books on entrepreneurship and starting your own business. Serious classics. The kind people swear by. The kind that promise to change your life if you let them. She did her homework, no doubt about that. The pages are scarred with underlines, ravaged by a frequent need to understand, to conquer every inch of that knowledge. Check the contents of the plastic box. Shoes, all kinds. Classic, for work, high heels, low heels, no heels, comfortable ones, torturous ones. Anything you can imagine, and then some. Makes me a heap of shoes, how expected. You have the same thing at home, no biggie. Explore the contents of the cylindrical box. There is a pile of notebooks, all dated from the 1990s, but the writing is a chaotic mess. Every page, it seems, is covered in sketches and doodles, tangled up in half-finished threads. It's raw, frantic. Looks like this was from the time when Anita was unhinged. A different side of her? One she's been hiding from you all along. It adds up. Flip through the notebooks. You did your best to sift through the jumble of barely legible text. A disordered mix of thoughts, ideas, and dreams all thrown together. Impossible to follow like a tangled thread. Every now and then, certain words or phrases jump out, screaming for attention amidst chaos. Read the passage where the word hope is repeated. Some words are unreadable, but you manage to piece enough together. Hope. The word sticks in throat like a splinter. Hope. It's good to you throw. Hope, hope, hope. Like a record that won't stop. Hope's a trickster, a liar. It gives, then rips away. I hate it. She was in a really dark place. Like you would have done any better if you were in her shoes. Examine the passages with Ben's name. It's all over the place. His name is scrolled everywhere, like she was trying to exorcise him, or summon him back. On one page, his name is in a heart, retaced in ink over and over until the line is blurred together. On another, it's struck through so many times that the paper tore. And then there is the page where his name is written again and again. No spaces, just a relentless chain of letters. Like she couldn't stop. Like she had to get it out. All of it. Until there was nothing left. That sounds like an obsession. A dangerous one. Maybe he was a lighthouse. Right, guiding, yet blinding. Just as much a beacon as he was the fog that swallowed it. A place of safety, sure, but also a place you'd run from when the light got too harsh. Look for the passage titled Not Alone. This one looks organized, stripped down, almost clinical, like it's been transcribed from somewhere else. Not alone. That's what we want you to understand. You might feel like the world has left you behind. It's okay if all you feel is anger, sadness, or nothing at all. But know this. There are hands that will hold you, voices that will speak when you can't, shoulders that will carry you when your strength is gone. You're not alone. Not here, not now. You might not believe it, but we're here, and we're not going anywhere. Together, we keep turning right. What's the angle here? Amidst the gleam of their cheerful words, an unsettling shadow sleeps just beyond your grasp. The text scares you. Period. It does sound rather cultic. The drawings alongside the text are a strange mix. Hollow, despairing faces, and suns that beam across entire pages. In one of the notebooks, two calendars from 1997 and 1998 are taped to the center. Most of the days are crossed out, like someone was counting down to something. Time loop day? Now that would be a twist, wouldn't it? Whatever she was counting, it ends in 1998. The writing stops there too. I wonder what else is here. As you sift through the contents of the box, you uncover an old VHS camera tucked away in a clear plastic case. Examine what else is in the plastic case. Aside from the bag and other camera accessories, there is an unopened battery, brand new, untouched, like someone bought it but never got a chance to use it. Inspect the camera. The camera itself looks worn, but still in good condition. The tape is still inside, but there is no battery. Unpack the battery and insert it into the camera. The battery fits perfectly and the camera has the juice now. Turn on the camera slowly. The screen flicks to life, starting with the company logo. Then it jumps to a list of videos, each one creatively labeled as video followed by a number. The titles offer no clue as to the content. Only one way to find out what's inside? Press the play button. The screen goes live with a close-up of Anita, like she is holding the camera pointed at herself. She looks young, way younger than today, but her face, it's pale, tired, like sleep has been avoiding her for years. The date in the corner reads 9th of March 1996. Is she happy tired or just tired? Hard to say. And it looks and feels like the kind of tiredness sleep won't fix. The camera turns on, and in sails a man. He looked older, worn down, like a train that was hit by another train and then pushed into a river. Ash-gray face, dark circles carved beneath his eyes, lips scorched and cracked. He looks sick, really sick. That must be her father. No way this guy is even close to her age at that time. He's a living garbage can, and ruined right over. Suddenly, Anita's voice cuts the silence from behind the camera. Ben, look what I found! Look what I bought! Oh. The camera moves closer. His face fills the shot. And it's even worse up close. The grainy footage makes it all feel like a cheap horror flick. Her eyes are filled with nothing but desperation. He reaches out, hand brushing the camera before the picture jostles, shakes, and cuts to black. The hell happened with this guy? Who knows? Whatever it was, it's on film. Start the recording titled Video 1. The small screen and low resolution barely let you see all the details, but after a few moments you realize it's the wedding recording. The camera focuses on the bride and groom at the table. They look familiar, younger and with bright smiles on their faces. And then it hits you. The couple are Anita and Ben. The date at the bottom of the screen reads September 6, 1999. Keep watching. The cameraman moves through the banquet hall, weaving between the guests, trying to capture the atmosphere and the people gathered there. The recording shifts to the entrance of the hall, where the camera catches a group of teenagers talking, laughing, and playfully shoving each other around. It's hard to tell them apart, because the camera zooms in and out. One is dressed for the occasion, while the other two are in plain clothes. Still, they all seem to be having a good time. Let the film roll for a while. Suddenly, shouting erupts, and the camera swings to an obviously drunk man stumbling towards the teenagers from outside. The well-dressed kid walks to the man and tries to calm him down. "Mr. K, please, they did nothing wrong."
Maxine, Alexander, get out of here. You don't belong with this lot, not her."
The two of them bolt, leaving the well-dressed kid behind. Walter snarls at him.
And yeah, Anderson boy, stay away from Maxine, you outlander scum."
The frame quickly swings back to the hall, like the cameraman is pretending none of it ever happened. Well, looks like Max and Alex were raised with a strict no fun allowed policy. Seems like it. The way he acted towards them, it wasn't just about the wedding. He was angry because of that well-dressed kid. Fast forward a little bit. Anita and Ben are back in frame, sitting and talking to each other, The cameraman is clearly far away as he is zoomed into the max, so you can't hear their voices. Still, by her smile and the way she touches Ben's cheek, it's clear that both are happy beyond words. He kisses her on the forehead and hugs her affectionately. This Anita appears so different from the one you've met, moody and quick to get into argument. People change, I guess. She changed so much that it's nearly impossible to grasp who she was or who she is now. Oh, there are so many of them. You know what? We are going to end today's video here and continue our video investigation next time. This would be it for now, so thank you for watching and have a good day. Goodbye.